It started like the opening scene of a high-stakes political crime drama. FBI agents swarming Dolton Village Hall, armed with thick stacks of federal subpoenas and a mission to dig into the dirt. At the very center of that storm stood Tiffany Henyard, the once celebrated, now infamous politician who proudly dubbed herself America's super mayor. For a time, she held an almost unbelievable grip on local power, running both Dolton's mayor's office and the Thornton Township supervisor's seat. It was the kind of political control most only dream about. But that empire, now in ruins, crushed under accusations of corruption, reckless spending, and personal excess, so extreme it drained the coffers of two governments, leaving taxpayers furious and disillusioned. From 2021 to 2025, Henyard's reign in Dolton became less about progress and more about chaos. While the town's median household income hovered at just $54,000, she collected an eye-popping $347,000 per year, more than some big city mayors could even imagine, plus a jaw-dropping $1 million security detail. Her travel records read like those of a jet-setting celebrity. First-class flights, five-star hotels, and over $67,000 spent gallivanting to places like Portland, Austin, and New York. And she didn't just live lavishly, she flaunted it. Gold-plated microphones at public events, DJs spinning at board meetings, and a relentless self-promotional campaign painting her as Dolton's savior, even as the town's finances crumbled beneath her watch. By the time voters finally showed her the door in 2025, Dolton was staring down a staggering $10 million deficit. Thornton Township, once sitting comfortably with a $2 million surplus, was now drowning in a $2 million deficit of its own. Essential services were slashed, vendors were stiffed, and lawsuits piled sky high, nearly 40 in total, with over $20 million in potential payouts looming. Residents claimed that while the town was collapsing, Henyard's focus was on silencing critics and punishing opponents. Local business owners said they were targeted for refusing to donate to her pet events. One U-Haul operator, Lawrence Gardner, went public with his story. After declining to give $3,500, his business license renewal was allegedly blocked by Henyard's team. It was this toxic mix of fiscal collapse, personal extravagance, and alleged political retaliation that finally caught the FBI's attention. In April 2024, federal agents made their first big move, serving two major subpoenas that cut straight to the heart of Henyard's administration. They wanted everything: campaign finance reports, charity records from her now-defunct nonprofit Tiffany Henyard Cares, and paperwork on a suspicious land deal involving her boyfriend, Kamal Woods. They weren't just looking at Henyard, either. The subpoenas named her right-hand man, top aide Keith Freeman, 3 Dolton police officers, 4 allied trustees, and Woods himself. Freeman, already facing bankruptcy fraud charges for hiding income from Dolton, quickly became a key figure in the drama. Facing serious prison time, whispers spread that he might flip on Henyard to save himself. Behind the scenes, the FBI was using electronic surveillance. Proof this wasn't just a routine investigation, but a deep, methodical probe. Then, in February 2025, the feds widened their net, issuing another sweeping subpoena. This time, they wanted more: digital records, emails, internal financial documents, and evidence tied to township property deals. For many in Dolton, this felt like the turning point. Either Henyard's long-awaited reckoning or another example of Illinois politics letting its worst actors slip away untouched. Public anger boiled over. Dolton's board meetings turned into full-on shouting matches. Residents demanded she resign. Trustees accused her of hiding massive spending from both the board and the public. Social media groups like Dolton Politics blew up, calling her a walking scandal and accusing her of single-handedly destroying the town. Lawsuits went from bad to worse, including one alleging she and trustee Andrew Holmes were involved in a sexual assault against a former assistant and a police officer from her security team. Churches joined the fray, along with small business owners, accusing her administration of discrimination and intimidation. Still, Henyard didn't back down. She fought to block Freedom of Information Act requests, even being held in contempt of court for months for refusing to release public documents. Instead of laying low, she doubled down on spectacle, dropping a disco-themed song to mock critics after a failed recall attempt, and later announcing a $99 autobiography that the internet widely mocked as a shameless cash grab. Through it all, she clung to powerful political allies, including Illinois House Speaker Chris Welch, and relied on her high-powered attorney, Michael Del Galdo, to navigate the growing legal minefield. But politics moves fast. On May 5th, 2025, Dolton swore in its new mayor, Jason House. His Dolton United initiative promised transparency, financial accountability, and a return of trust backed by concrete changes like free CTA rides for residents. Over in Thornton Township, State Senator Napoleon Harris took over as supervisor, facing the massive task of digging out from Henyard's $2 million deficit. It's a long road to recovery, but residents are clinging to hope. Even now, the biggest question hangs over the town like a dark cloud. Will Tiffany Henyard face criminal charges? The FBI isn't saying. The subpoenas, the witness interviews, the electronic surveillance, they all point to a serious federal investigation. But in Illinois, serious doesn't always mean prison time. Many fear history will repeat itself, with another scandal-ridden politician walking free. Others believe her downfall is inevitable. For Dolton's 21,000 residents, this isn't just political theater, it's personal. They've lived through financial ruin, public humiliation, and years of dysfunction. Some are ready to turn the page. Others worry she's already plotting a comeback, spinning her own version of events to win back supporters. One thing's for sure, Dolton's future depends on leaders who can resist the greed and corruption that dragged the town to this point, and on a community that refuses to be fooled twice.